Hello everyone, and welcome to this 4-minute RFC boosting guide for Season of Discovery Phase 2. I'm a bit sick at the moment, so my voice is a bit weird, but I wanted to do this video for you anyway, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First off, I want to tell you about my talents. So for this dungeon and this pool, I do these talents you can see on the screen. Most importantly, magic absorption, the cold snap for the reset if we need it, and the ice block itself is very important for this pull. For the runes, I run regeneration, as you can see on the screen now. I run hot streak, doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what you run in this spot. I run the living flame for the pull, that's important. I run the spell power, and I do the ice lance for the cheap mana cost of the pulls. So for gear, I got quite a bit of gear, but it doesn't really matter. You can see it on the screen right now. For these pulls, I rarely use the active items. You can use them to speed up the process if you like, but it doesn't really matter. As you can see, I rarely got any stamina on my gear as well. I recommend doing a bit of stamina on your gear just for survivability, but spell power is really good for the kill phase as well. So as you can see right now, we're just going through the gear here. Yeah, but most importantly, just go for stamina for survivability. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about consumables. So for this run, it's very important to run 2 consumables. It's light feathers for slow falling and the swiftness potion. So I've done a lot of different pulls in RFC, in Phase 2 as well. But in this one, and the pull you're going to see right now, you need the swiftness potion to not kill the mobs out of XP range. So you need to pull everything on your way back. So it's very important to have those swiftness potions. And then you can have the cozying sleeping bag, as you see on the screen right now. Just an extra service for the boosties to get those 3% extra XP. There's a lot of guides how to get that. Jumping right into it, we're going to talk about the looting. So I know that there's a lot of boosters who don't want to loot and just want to do the trading gold or the gold for the run. I usually do 1 or 2 gold for this run, but in just raw gold, you can get approximately 2.5 gold, 2 gold from this farm. So I recommend doing the looting as well. You can get some add-ons, as I showed you on the screen. There's de-junk to get rid of the items you don't need. There's Farsto looting. I think it's Luitrix that got that. And there's a lot of things you can actually use for it. As well as you can see right now on the screen, the Nova instance tracker, where you can see how much gold I actually made just from looting. And as you can see on the screen right now, you can see I'm just selling everything. You can go on the auction house and sell it if you like, but I rarely just do that because it's a waste of time. The normal pull is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's my speedrun timer. And if I loot, my time is usually like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So you use 1 minute to gain an extra 2 gold, 2.5 gold. I think it's very worth it. So next up, let's get right into the pull. This is the pull I do. 1 pull in 4 minutes. I divided this pull into 6 different sections. In the section 1, you pull the 5 mobs, you Nova, you blink away. You jump on the little ledge, pull the 2 trucks, and move on to the next part. In section 2, you need to body pull 1 of the trucks, pull the 2 other trucks, blink, do a little jump, and pull all the way over the bridge. On the section 3, you need to pull a lot of mobs, and then in the end you got a Nova to try to keep some distance, not to take so much damage. Section 4 is a long run, and it makes more sense to watch it in the real video. But in the end, it's just about when to blink and when not to not take some extra damage. In the section 5, we use the slow fall, the swiftness potion, we're pulling the bosses and make ready for the long run. Because section 6 is the long run where we pull the rest of the dungeon, we use our regeneration and we get ready for the skull, the kill phase for all the 130 mobs. I made a little drawing here where you can see exactly how my route works. Don't worry, if you're very confused at this moment and feel like it going too fast, we're gonna do a full pull in a second where you can see in-game how I do it. So you can always just jump back in the video to watch this if this works, or just leave it as it be. You can see right here, Using my Nova. Blinking over. Jumping on the ledge. Using a blink more. Body pulling one. Pulling the further mob. Skull marking the boss. Jumping down light feathers. Swiftness potion. Blinking away. And the speed potion is running now. Pulling the mobs. Blinking on the edge. Jumping down to regen some mana and some health if you need. Jumping down and right over at the kill chamber where you'd use the living flame and the ice block. So let's look at the pull, how it looks. So this is me jumping right into it. You can watch the timer as well in the right side right as I get in. So as I told you, we're gonna pull all these mobs. This is for the boosties safety mostly. So there's 4 snakes and a rock, and I'm gonna Nova them in a second, right there. I'm gonna use my blink to keep some distance and get ready to jump on this edge right here. This is for the social aggro. So there's a lot of trucks who's gonna come. I'm gonna pull the top part, the bottom part, and jump. The 360 is not necessary, I just think it's funny. Makes the pull more fun when you do it all day. This little one, the Wanderer, is very important to get. Then I click the right one, the left one, and get ready to blink to take no damage at all. You jump on this edge right here, just to make them a bit confused. You get ready to pull the snake. You need to pull all these mobs. They won't social aggro, so you need to pull everything. Pull the rock and blink instantly to take no damage. So health and mana is looking fine right now. Get ready to pull this one, a lonely snake as well. And get ready for a bit of a long pull here. You're gonna do the snake and you're gonna do the furthest array rocks here. And do the other snake. Get ready to blink right before taking the damage. You can leave these 2 rocks. They will social aggro, so that wouldn't matter. You need to get both of these ogres. Or orcs or whatever. And I'm gonna Nova right there just to keep some distance and wait for my blink. My blink is up. I'm gonna blink away. Alright, so this little thing is very important too. This is where they get confused again. That's a jump. So I pull them up. I pull the other one. You can see they're running back now. So I got a very good distance right now. You need the Warlock right there on the edge. And get ready to blink. Now you got a good distance and actually pretty safe at this moment. We keep running here. And we're gonna focus or target the furthest array mob there. Keep running. And turn around and pull it. And get ready to blink. Again to the distance. Now I use my macro to skull mark the boss. That is our living flame target. I'll get back to that later. Light feather, slow fall. Pull the mob, pull the boss. Swiftness potion. As I pull, blink. Make sure to get those 3. And get those. The pack, there's a Wanderer right there. Get that one. And we're actually good here. Yep, and you need to pull both of those. I'm not quite sure how that social aggro works, but if I only hit one, it doesn't work. The mana shield is very important here, so the mana shield makes sure that we don't get dazed. If we get dazed, we die here. So it's very important. You can click it off as you jump down. I use a first aid just to recover a bit. You can evo as well, or use potions. All you want right here, just to recover. We're gonna blink away. I'm just looking for the skull mark to see where the boss is for my kill phase. I'm gonna get these 2 rocks. And see if there's more rocks down here. There's 1. I'm gonna target it. Watch the skull all the time. I'm gonna blink over. Get regeneration up. Watch the boss. Living flame. Back into the corner. Watch out. And ice block. It's very important that you face out for the mobs so we can insta-blink after the ice block. So right now I'm just waiting here. And right as the ice block goes out, I'm gonna blink, Nova, and Cone of Cold. And then I can just Arcane Explosion for the rest. And that's actually the pull. So sometimes you're gonna see one mob, as you saw there, like standing there by yourself, and you can fire blast it or keep Novaing it. I'm just gonna loot this up, and I'm gonna move outside. And that's the pull, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in the end I'm gonna tell you, but I think this was a 4 minute, maybe, yeah, 4 or 5 minutes and 30 pull. So yeah, let's just see what happens after I pull this.
Living flame ready.
And as you can see on the screen right now, I'm using the D-Junk just to get rid of everything I don't need. Everything under 1 silver I usually destroy just to get my backspaces and get everything that's worth more money. D-Junk a very, very good add-on for this. And as you can see now, I'm getting done with the pull. Gonna blink away, jump on by the edge, and slow fall. It's very important to get on that little thing to get some more distance without the Thunderbluff will buff movement speed. You need to get up on that one, the little edge, and then jump with the slow fall. You can blink away as well. Right now we're just trying to get out, and that's the pull. You can tell your boosties that you're about to get done, and they can move out.
Living flame ready.
And Nova Instance Tracker is telling me this pull now. I'm just gonna do it in say so everyone can see it. And it was 132 mobs in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. That's pretty good for average for my pulls. Now I'm just gonna sell everything. So the next part is some bonus info. What do you do if you get a resist on your Living Flame? That's like worst case scenario. In phase 1 that meant you were dead. But in phase 2 you can actually be fine. So as you can see here, I'm just sitting in my ice block thinking, what am I gonna do now? I'm actually gonna do exactly the same. I'm gonna blink, Nova, Cone of Cold if anyone is following me, and then I'm just gonna do an extra trip. I'm gonna speed up the video for all of you right now, but I'm just gonna take an extra trip, like an extra round. I'm gonna jump up here. It would be perfect if I just stayed a few more seconds here. So my Living Flame is not quite ready, but it's almost ready. I regen up again. I make ready for Living Flame
ready.
And I ice block, and the pull is saved. So next up is the quest run. There's a lot of boosties want to do the last one, do every quest you need. For the quest run, you need to get into the middle and get this big boss and kill him, and everyone needs to loot him. And you can do this little trick right at the kill chamber. You can move around here, make every boosty follow you. Then you can jump right down here, as I'm going to tell you on the stream. You can jump right down here. That's the Thunderbluff quest. I believe they need to talk to the guy living underground, but yeah, just kill the mobs to make sure that everything's alright. So, a question I get a lot is, what do you do about the 6 lockouts? There's a little trick you can do. You can invite a guildie or a friend or a new boostie if someone joined and make them enter the dungeon first. So by making this rogue enter the dungeon first, we're gonna get a fresh ID. This is the rogue's ID now. It's not my ID anymore. So I can actually, it's a bit buggy, but I can actually enter now, even though I made 6 already. And I am gonna tell him, you can actually go. And you don't need to, if you leave the group, sometimes you're gonna get ported out. But if he leaves the groups, you can actually stay in there and do the entire pull. So yeah, that's how to do more than 6 boosts in an hour. It's working pretty good. But yeah, I believe that's everything for me. It's been a long video to make, and it's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. But I'll be honest with you, I think this is very funny, and I think I'm gonna do more of this. So I hope you liked the video. Please comment, subscribe, do whatever everyone does these days. And I hope to see you on the Twitch stream. I'm going to stream on CallMeChike on Twitch and make some more videos. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one.